As always, before you start with anything that's powered by electric, shut the power off at the breaker, or in my case here, this particular unit, it's plugged into a GFI outlet. We just unplug it. It's been about 4 or 5 years since the sand was changed in the filter, and just can't seem to get rid of the really fine particles in the pool, so it's probably time to change the sand in the sand filter. So then we unhook the water from the pool, from the pump in the pool, and we unhook the line, the return line to the pool. You just set that down there, and over here is the waste or the backwash, but we may not have to undo that because we could just lift the whole head off and just set it aside. So now we've got the last bolt to undo. Like I said before, this is an older jacuzzi pump, probably from the 90s. The newer sand filters have just a clamp around it, similar to this clamp here around the basket in the pump. So it's a little harder if you have the bolts, but you have to take the bolts off. And once you do that, we can set the selector valve head aside. Okay, now that we have all the bolts off, we just loosen up the head, and we just can set it aside here. And there you go. There's the sand filter with all the sand inside it. Looks like our gasket looks like it's pretty good shape. So we'll clean this off and we'll start getting the sand out. And you have to unscrew the drain plug, let all the water out. Let that all drain so you're not scooping out water too. Another thing is you cover the stand-up or center pipe there to keep sand from going inside there. So you keep that covered until you're ready to put it back together. And then now you just have to reach inside and scoop out all the sand, which can take a little time. You just put it in a pail. You can see down in there. I took a bag and covered the other pipe there, just in case you don't need to get anything in there. It probably wouldn't hurt anything, but to be on the safe side. As you can see, we're getting down near the bottom. You can see the radial pipes that go out. So we're getting near the finish of taking out the sand. Now on this particular filter, I was able to just have somebody hold it upside down for me after it was empty. Got most of the sand out, and we just hosed off the inside like this to get the rest of the sand to come out and get it really clean. Well, we found something, and it probably contributed to the less efficiency of this sand filter. After we emptied everything out, I looked down in the center pipe here, and this was down in there near the radials. Some previous person at a previous time probably used this plug to cover the pipe to keep the sand from going in, instead of using duct tape or you know, a plastic bag or something, you know, and secured on the outside instead of securing it on the inside. By securing it on the inside, it probably fell down in there when they tried getting it out. I don't know why they didn't get it out. All we basically did is lifted the sand filter upside down when we were hosing the sand out and cleaning it, as I showed earlier, and I just stuck a long screwdriver in there and just basically kept playing with it until it came out. but that probably contributed to a lot less flow through some of the radials down there. Right, now we're just going to clean the spot here where the sand filter sat. Let's go ahead and give it a good cleaning. And we'll set it back there. Alright, we're going to put the cap back on, the drain plug, or cap. And then we're going to fill it halfway with water, and then we'll start putting the sand back in. But one thing is important: you want to cover the center pipe here with something. We're going to put duct tape on it to keep the sand from going down in there. Otherwise the sand will go right back in your pool. Okay, we got a bag of new filter sand, and we set it on top here. You just make a little cut in the bottom and just let it slowly flow down in there, making sure to keep your center pipe centered. So you got to keep adjusting it so you know it's centered, because it's got to be in the center to go onto the valve there, the multi-port valve. As you can see, I just used an old coffee can to cover the center pipe, and now I'm checking to see if it's centered, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's lined right up. I'll just go ahead and cover it back up and put the rest of the sand in. Now the rest of the pool filter sand going in, and after that we'll be able to put everything back together. Now that all the sand is in and the water, make sure we clean off the gasket area really good. Check the gasket, make sure it's good, and these bolt holes, make sure there's no sand or debris in there. And then we're ready to put the multi-port valve back on. Alright, now we're going to put the assembly back in. Right down in there. And we will bolt it together. Okay, we put everything back together in reverse order. Now we got the dial set on backwash. We're going to backwash it for about 2 minutes to make sure anything that's in there won't go into the pool. Okay, now we have it on backwash. You can see it's a little bit of sand and stuff in there, and the backwash line goes underground here. It comes out over here in the back. Convenient, permanent setup out into the big backyard here. We'll let that run for 2 minutes, make sure everything's clear, and then we'll set it to rinse, and then after rinse we'll put it on filtration. Well, everything's put back together, and the pump and sand filter is up and running. Everything's great, everything's working just fine. Got about 15 pounds of pressure, and the pool is crystal clear. On a very bright and sunny day here. It took about 36 hours, and the pool cleared right up. And the problem was the sand filter just had old sand in it. So that worked for me, and it may work for you if you're having trouble getting your pool to clear up.